Hello again. I suppose that having a Prime Minister who was once a key figure in the judicial system was bound to end in trouble, really. Keir Starmer, who used to be the Director of Public Prosecutions, has seemingly forgotten all about things like the separation of powers, and he now feels that as head of the government, he's in a position to order the courts about and tell them whom they should convict. You know, the kind of thing which happens in police states without an independent judiciary. In democratic countries, you see, the government may well order the police to arrest certain people, but it's then up to the courts to decide if they convict those same people of any offence. That is not the way that Starmer said it's going to be under him. Let me quote his actual words when speaking of the disorder this weekend. The police will be making arrests. Individuals will be held on remand. Charges will follow and convictions will follow. You see the problem here. How can Keir Starmer possibly know whether the courts will convict those who have been arrested? They usually judge each case according to the evidence presented, but the Prime Minister seems to know beforehand what the courts will do. Convictions will follow. Here is a man who really does not seem to understand the concept of the separation of powers. That is to say, the difference between the executive, the government in other words, and the judiciary. That is to say, the judges and courts. He already seems to know that the courts will do as they're told. This is, to say the least of it, very worrying. Then too, note what else he said immediately afterward. I guarantee you will regret taking part in this disorder, either directly or those whipping up this action online and then running away themselves. Remember how he was warning social media companies the other day? Keir Starmer is not only determined that the judiciary should do as he says, he's also very much opposed to free speech. Obviously, if somebody tells a mob of people to commit arson or attack people, that is a criminal offence, whether it's done in the street or on the internet. But nobody has seen anything of the kind online. What the Prime Minister is talking about here is people expressing opinions and passing on information. Of course, some of this information is bound to be mistaken or inaccurate. That happens online just as it does in day-to-day conversations or even in newspapers. That is a very different matter, though, from inciting people to commit criminal acts. Of course, it's against the law to incite or provoke violence, and quite rightly so. That's been the case for at least 300 years or more. What is being targeted here, though, is people expressing views on Islam or immigration, views which do not accord with those of the liberal intelligentsia in this country. These are the people Starmer is guaranteeing that they will regret giving their opinions on social media. This is a very worrying development. Combined with the efforts to undermine the independence of the judiciary, it persuades me that Keir Starmer is not simply a useless fool, as I had previously supposed, but actually a dangerous man with free speech in his sights and a desire to close down the public marketplace, which is Twitter, TikTok and YouTube. In the description to this video, I give a link to a clip of film where you can see Starmer saying all this for himself.